What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. And the topic for today's video is working a job is like torture. Working a 9 to 5 job is like torture, bro. Constantly struggling to do the work. We don't want to be there. We're just working, and you don't have much downtime. You're always working just to make money, just to pay bills, just to survive, but you don't get to have much fun and much downtime to enjoy life. So I kind of left my last job because of that. I left another job. That's funny, right? I, since I've done this channel, I've left a lot of jobs, and there's another reason I left this job though. There was like some sketchy shit going on that I didn't like either. It looked like people were trying to follow me and stalk me, so it made me question my safety and the security and the secured flow of everything. And if people were just trying to get me out of there for some reason, there was a bunch of sketchy things going on with people following me, watching me. And what's weird is this was over the road. So people were following me over the road, which is real weird. So the network of people spreads really far. But being gone all the time and just working all the time, because as a truck driver, you can drive. You have a 70-hour clock, and then you drive like 60 hours of that. Let's see, 11, 10. Let's say you drive almost 10 hours a day, 5 or 6 days a week. I think it's 6 days. You get like 1 day off, so it's even worse than a normal job. We're working twice the hours of a normal job. Even though if you factored in your commute every day and getting ready for a regular job, you would probably be working a good 60 hours a week, 50, 60 hours a week. But they don't count that. So, like, a full-time job is 40 hours. But it seems like the last full-time jobs I've had, the 40-hour jobs, I was always working overtime a little bit, maybe 5 or 10 hours, and then there was always the extra drive time home that I didn't get paid for. And it was hard work, like general labor, hard work. Like I had to put in, be walking all day, every day, lifting stuff all day. It's not rewarding as it should be. It's not as rewarding as some of the work was at one time. People had pensions and people had incentives. They had bonuses, and they had a more relaxed work environment. It seems like they're trying to slave drive us now more than ever, and they're trying to make us do more people's work for less pay. So the hell? Not with it, man. I'm not with it. I've never been with it. I don't want to be with it. I don't want to get with it. I'm constantly trying to rebel against the system any way I can. almost it seems like I'm trying to wiggle my way out of working a job to survive, and it's like you don't have an alternative choice. You have to do something. So, I'm like at a catch 22, in between a rock and a hard place. Right now, I don't have a job. I have a little money to get me by until, I don't know, until my next opportunity. Hopefully, I can find another opportunity soon, but just thinking about it, I was gone all the time. I never had any time to enjoy the money I made. I was just gone. Over the road, I was either driving or I was sleeping. And I was in a weird, strange place trying to find a way to get some downtime, find a way to relax. And you're in these weird places, these sketchy, dangerous places with weird people watching you and trying to follow you on top of that, or follow me. I don't know if they're trying to follow you, but they were trying to follow me. And so that was the reason I left. That was one of the reasons I left. I seen wasn't inviting, it wasn't like a comfortable spot to be in. If you got to question your safety at a job, if you got to question the people you work with, it's not going to be the type of environment you want to be in. A job should be kind of inviting, kind of comfortable. You should be welcome there. You shouldn't have to question people's motives around you. Paying me to be there, I don't really want to be there. You pay me to be there. I'm not trying to make it harder or anything, but seems like a lot of people will try to sabotage you at work too to get you out of there. They don't like you for whatever reason. So it's crazy how you could be at a job now and there'd be all this. You could do the work and all that, and everything would be good, but there's the politics that are involved, the people trying to sabotage people and do dirty tricks to cause them problems and stuff, and out of spite or out of a power struggle to get a better position or to look good in front of the boss. So that's weird. This guy came out to his truck, parked back here, but I never participated in the power struggle, like the politics and all that. I just would do my work and leave. People don't like that either. They don't like it when you don't put in enough effort. They were trying to get me to be a manager at one time, or like an assistant manager, and I was like, nah. Too much work, not enough pay. It's not worth the headache, You're already working your ass off for 40 hours a week for lame pay, so it doesn't equal out for me. It doesn't make sense. It never made sense. It never makes sense to have to sacrifice all your time being at a place you don't want to be at, working your butt off for people that don't care. Just doesn't make sense. And what's the alternative? What are your choices? I don't have any other choices. That's why I kind of freaked out. I feel like I've gained enough skills to be able to be valuable and to be able to make decent money, but I have to sacrifice all my time and all my whole life. It just crazy because truck drivers are gone for weeks at a time for a couple days to enjoy. Spend 3 weeks for 3 days, That was just making me miserable too, being gone and working constantly for a measly couple days. I could come back and get my affairs in order and try to plan my next move. But it's just exhausting. You're going all day long for, weeks at a time. You're always gone and you don't know anybody. You can't talk to anybody. You can't be with anybody. You can't connect with people. You can't network. You can't have fun. You can't go out. So it's just a miserable undertaking. It's terrible. It's a terrible lifestyle and a terrible career because it's unhealthy mentally and unhealthy physically, probably. So I don't want to bash trucking. Trucking's been kind of good. It's given me a livelihood in a way. Either whether that is a good livelihood or not, that's to be questioned because it's not really a good livelihood. It's not a good lifestyle. But it can help me survive. That's a big thing. So it's like an extreme way of living. And I don't have another choice. If I wish I could get into something else. But there's like a hype. There's a hype built up about people escaping the rat race. Like anybody can do it, and you can do it if you put your mind to it. And it's not that easy, bro. It's not that easy to find the opportunity to make a bunch of money, to escape, to live good and get more freedom. I haven't found it. I've been looking for years and I haven't found it. There was a bunch of hyped up ideas that I tried and they didn't work out, so I don't know what to do. I'm gonna probably just go to trucking and try to do a regular trucking job or go back over the road for a while. But try to find a place that'll give me more balance, more home time. I seen a company that gives you an option of 5 days on, 2 days off. You'll be home 2 days a week. You'll be on the road 5 days. So that's a lot more balance. It's like 4, 6, like 8 days a month, and then you're gone for the rest. So that's a lot better. And then they got an option of 4 days on, 4 days off. 4 days on, 4 days off. So it's a lot better balance, I think. And it keeps the truck drivers wanting to come back and wanting to work, But that 3 weeks gone and for 3 days isn't good. That was the only option I had, and they were sending me all over the place. I mean, the place is far, far away. It was like ridiculously far. It was a dedicated account, but they were sending me all over the place, so that didn't make any sense. If it's dedicated, it was with a company, but it wasn't like a dedicated route. So it was kind of stupid in that way. And then there was like some weird scandalous stuff going on with the company and the people because there was like a driver appreciation week and I didn't feel appreciated. I didn't feel appreciated at all. I think they appreciated the students coming in more than they appreciated their current drivers. That's what was weird. And they said it was drivers week, but they didn't have that many drivers there. They had a couple. That was it. They got thousands of drivers, and they had a couple of people there, and they invited these people that weren't even drivers yet. They were just students to come in and eat with us. I was thinking that was wrong, bro. You should keep them separate, far away from current drivers. They do not deserve to be near us, bro. Until they become a driver, until they do it for a little while. You can't show driver appreciation to students. They're not drivers yet. That was confusing. They had a bunch of those people there. And then, so I don't care. I left the place. Done. Whatever is better for me, I'm gonna try to do. And I don't care about the job anymore. I don't care if I have to struggle, if I have to be broke. I'm not gonna stay at a toxic place with toxic people who don't bring anything good to my life. You know, they don't. Why would you stay at a job like that? Why should you? I think I had to stay at a job like that before. I've had to. I have a choice. I had to survive. I had to make money. And I kept dealing with these people that were kind of messed up. And they were, you could tell they were on drugs and they're trying to work and they're messing up and they're, oh man. Drugs and people on drugs and working, it doesn't mix. It's ridiculous, bro. It's like, man, come on, get it together. You shouldn't come to work high. You shouldn't want to come to work high. That's another thing. But I'm currently working on a new opportunity. I don't even want to go back to truck driving, but I might have to. I want to find something else, but doesn't everybody? Everybody says this cliche type of thing. I'm gonna do something better, and I'm gonna do something good, and you just need a chance and find an opportunity. I'm sorry, I'm losing hope, but I've been looking for something better for a long time, and I'm hoping to find an opportunity somewhere, somehow, some way. And I'm thinking I should have talked to some more people. That's a big thing that I haven't done. That's kept me stuck. I've seen some people that are successful that I could have probably picked their brain and found a better opportunity through them. Don't do that. If you get somebody you see that has a bunch of money and they seem like they're doing good, and they got their shit together, just ask them what they're doing and try to find out if you can get into it, because I think I could have had a couple better opportunities if I would have just tried to approach these people and asked if they would have helped me to become like them or teach me what they're doing or something, because they were doing good. They had a ton of money, nice car, a ton, nice everything. It was like, you could tell they have a ton of money. Brand new car, brand new bike, and all this nice stuff, and they were loaded. They had tons of money. I was being ignorant and naive. I should have opened up and said something, but it's funny. Hindsight's 2020. I always think about this stuff like the next day or a couple days later. Like, whoa, why didn't I do that? It's funny because I never think about it at the time. I always think about it a day later. Why didn't I do that? Why did I do that? And it's like kicking yourself. You're kicking yourself constantly. And it doesn't help, and you're regretting things. It doesn't help. So that's where I'm at right now. That's my rant. That's my ramble on, my update for now. And I will check back in soon. I'm going to close out here, and I'll let you know what's going on soon. All right? Take it easy.